Okay, you know what? The music ended. That's an excuse that means I get to start early. That's how I'm deciding it. Hello! How's it going, everybody? Great to see you all in chat. What's up, Lemon, Fopo, Tolfontos, Dylan, what's up? Who's Weaving, Jason, Thomas, General Knight, Creative Burst, Paul Ross, PH, Bacchus, Matt, Farron, Alex, Danielle, Poison Salami, Elsewhere Prince, Ricane, Vessel, I can't keep up. Oh my god, I think that's the first time I just have not been able to keep up. Just, oh my god. I tried. There's 230 of you in here, and we're just starting. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. What's up, guys? Apparently you're excited for the Thaumaturge, which is good, because I am also excited for the Thaumaturge. I'm dying to look at this class. I will ask, should I turn the air conditioning off? Because it's super hot here, but if it's really annoying, I can turn it off for a bit and just ride the heat. Dude, Thaumaturge is looking amazing. If it's hot, keep it on. It's not enough to be in here, can't hear it. Okay, awesome. Actually, that's right, I could turn it down just a little bit. Let me see. No, like, turning it down doesn't make it quieter, unfortunately. It's like a pretty old, janky little wall unit. So it just kind of is there. But if it's not too bad, screw audio quality. As a Texan, keep it on. I appreciate that. Oh, my word. Mark, thank you for the sub. Just be comfortable. Sweet, sweet. Oh, my word. How you guys doing? I feel like it's been forever since we did a live stream. I don't know why. What was the last one we did? The Q&A? Like 2 or 3 weeks ago? Yo, Steph, thank you for the $2. I'll let the text-to-speech read it out, because I like that. It's gimmicky.
That's so cool!
I feel the urge to Thaumaturge.
Yo, chat, what's your favorite class in Pathfinder? Mine's the Thaumaturge. It's my favorite class.
That's so cool!
Let's start this live stream off right.
Let's go. Who's Weaving? Jumping in here, dumping your bank account in here like usual. What's up? Yo, what's up, Ram? What's up, Bernardo? How's it going? Holy cow. Thank you for the kind donation so fast. I hope you all have a drink, and if possible, a Chalice. Because, as you all know, one of the Thaumaturge subclass implements is the Chalice. So we are thematic today. I wonder what the Thaumaturge is going to be like. I'm curious. I barely remember the subclass. I remember, like, the 3 things people kept saying. I remember people were talking about the implements, people were talking about the weakness system, and, like, implementing new weaknesses. There's so much to it, and I never looked at the playtest again. I think I did a live stream looking at the playtest back in November, whenever, and I have not looked at it since then. So this is basically going to be me going into the class. Why am I wearing these? There is no audio playing. It's basically going to be me going into the class completely fresh. So let's freaking do it. Is it past 3? All right, it's past 3. Anyone who's not here yet, it's their loss. Yeah, there's 9 implements now, General Knight. There were 6 in the playtest, and there are 9 now. Yeah, I know there's no technical subclass. But I treat them like I treat monk stances and fighter feats as the subclass. That's just the way my brain works, you know. Oh, I'm a monk with a subclass of tiger stance kind of thing. Yo, Travis, thank you.
Hooray for NB representation.
Hooray for the freaking NB rep, especially with Mios being so cool. For those of you who don't know, I don't know if there's any of you who don't follow Paizo on Twitter. Mios' backstory. Long story short, they were an Uber driver. They got attacked by werewolves and said, I don't get paid enough for this. And they just decided to quit being an Uber driver and hunt beasts instead. It is the best backstory in the world. Mios is spectacular. Cheers to NB Rep. Love it.
That's so cool.
Can it? Oh, I'm so curious.
I wonder if the robot can say prestidigitation.
It can say prestidigitation, but I think that's because prestidigitation is an actual word. Like, it's a spell as well, but I think it's also an actual word in the English language for minor magical tricks. Like, I feel like pulling a card out of a deck, is this your card, is prestidigitation. But all right, Mios, let's do this. New Meld into Eidolon rework. I don't think there's anything for any other classes in this. I will say I'm allowed to talk about the book here. I'm only allowed to go in depth on Thaumaturge, but I can talk about the entire book here. Like, I have the whole book, which is super exciting. Oh my word, thank you so much for the kind donations, everybody. I want to hear, I should keep this on around my neck so I can hear it. Oh, that's right, there is a new Oracle mystery. But yeah, this is not an advanced player's guide. This is not a Secrets of Magic. This is really just...
So cool.
Hold up.
Is this the Kineticist reveal?
It is not the Kineticist reveal, unfortunately. We have heard nothing about Kineticists. Like, Paizo has not said yay or nay, but we don't know. Oh, where was I going? Where was I going with what I was saying? Oh man, I already forgot where I was going with pulling this up. Like, I have everything, but we're just focusing on the Thaumaturge. Oh, but yeah, like you can see, there's not anything for the other classes. There's like one Oracle mystery in these case files, but we're not here to talk about the case files, because I'm not allowed to go in depth on the case files. I dare you $20,000, so you will talk about the whole book? Oh, I'll say it, sure. If you pay me $20,000, I'll say it. Doesn't mean I'll do it, but I'll say it. I wonder if Paizo is doing anything about the awkward user strength dex to attack but main status charisma problem. Let's find out. Let's go ahead and find out, shall we? Time to talk about... I love how his head is like a third of the page, and the rest is just his chest. It's just... his chest takes up more screen real estate than his head. I love Mios's... Or, sorry, theirs. I'm gonna be really bad about that. I'm sorry. Their chest. Thaumaturge. The world is full of the unexplainable. Ancient magic, dead gods, and even stranger things. In response, you've scavenged the best parts of every magical tradition and built up a collection of esoterica. A broken holy relic here, a sprig of mistletoe there, that you can use to best any creature by exploiting their weaknesses and vulnerabilities. The mystic implement you carry is both badge and weapon. Its symbolic weight helping you bargain with and subdue the supernatural. Every path to power has its restrictions and costs, but you turn them all to your advantage. You're a Thaumaturge, and you work wonders. Did you get to pick what you could cover? Yeah. I asked really nicely, and Aaron said, yes. Yeah, no, I love the Thaumaturge icon. So yeah, key ability score is Charisma, but they are a martial class. That's a really interesting thing that someone was already talking about. That, yeah, key ability score is Charisma, they're martial. I can't think of almost anything else like that. Almost every other martial class in the game, aside from like Rogue Rackets and then Investigator, I think every other martial is Strength Dex. Because what? I guess Alchemist is technically martial, but they're intelligence. Oh, Inventor. Yes, Inventor as well. That's right. I never think of Alchemist as a martial class. It's still weird in my brain that that Alchemist is a martial class, because their bombs and stuff are so much like spells. Yo, thank you for the $1 Clockwork. Whoa, my! I'll let that go ahead and text to speech, and cheers to that, Joseph. Thank you. Oh my goodness. That's so generous of all of you. Thank you.
I'm an AI currently held hostage by Nonat. Please call 911.
Okay, don't call 911. It's just a glitch in the Matrix. I'm not actually holding any AI hostage. They're just bugging out. So, don't listen to Clockwork. And then from Joseph, oh my word. Text to speech. It's not silencing it for the word Inquisitor, is it? Because the text to speech sometimes mutes certain messages because it thinks they're inappropriate. Did it just not read out your message because it has the word Inquisitor? Or, I guess, subclass? I don't know. That's not fair. Can I make it happen? Can I click it? Yeah, I can't even have it read it out loud. Wow, okay. Well, thank you so much for the generous donation, Joseph. Off topic, do you think we will get an Inquisitor subclass or class? I think we will get an Inquisitor. Hi, Quinn. I think we will get an Inquisitor. I think it'll be its own class. With the way things are going with the Magus and the Summoner and the Thaumaturge and Psychic, it sounds like we're getting more classes than subclasses. It sounds like subclasses is not going to they're not going to turn old classes into a subclass. You know, there's a reason we haven't seen the Scald or the Slayer. We haven't seen them at all when they could have easily been subclasses for something like a Ranger or a Barbarian or Bard or something. It might be an archetype. Like Cavalier got relegated to archetype. It's either going to be an archetype or a class, one of the two. Yeah, still only 2 Cleric subclasses until Sinclair's Library comes out. Oh, that was a weird frog in my throat. That was weird. 8 hit points. I'm surprised it's low. Thaumaturge is going to be a little bit squishy, I guess. Only 8 hit points. Charisma key ability score. All right. Am I allowed to show off the Thaumaturge archetype? I don't... maybe? I don't know. I don't think I'd get in trouble if I did. They told me to just stick to the Thaumaturge. I don't know if that counts the archetype, but it's not like they're going to have anyone just announce the archetype.
Anti-Inquisitor censorship.
No, because it just read out Inquisitor. Well, I am... Oh, Paizo! What's up, Paizo? Guys, can we just quickly get some love in the chat for Paizo? Just, like, for everything they do for us as consumers, everything they do just for their influencers and whatnot. They've treated all of us so well. It's so cool to see, like, all these different content creators getting given different chunks of the book. Let's get that Paizo love. And yeah, that means we get to talk about the archetype today, too. Let's go! Dylan, did you write patio? Was that autocorrect, or did you just write patio? Oh, wait, I see Jess. Hi, Jess. When the bounded spellcasting classes were released in Secrets of Magic, I considered writing a third-party Inquisitor, but given it would need to be renamed, and its main thing is being done better by Thaumaturge. Oh, interesting. So Thaumaturge actually has a little bit of Inquisitor in it. All right. Interesting. Dude, it auto-corrected. Yo, my favorite company is Patio. I love Patio. All right, well, let's look at Thaumaturge here. Expert Perception, Expert Fortitude, Expert Will. Okay, that's pretty good. Trained in Reflex, because let's be honest, if you're wearing this, you're not going to be dodging anything. You take it on the chin. Wow. Trained in Arcana, Nature, Occultism, Religion, and 3+ Intelligence in skills. If you have a 14 Intelligence, you get 5 more skills. That's 9 skills just from your class. 2 more from background. If you take an ancestry feat that gives you like 2 or 3 skill proficiencies, that's nuts. That's so good, which it makes sense. The Thaumaturge needs to know what they're talking about. No, it makes sense. So it makes sense, Richard, in that, like, sure, a Thaumaturge doesn't need to know how to do everything, but a Thaumaturge needs to know the 4 information skills. I'm shocked they got 3+ int mod instead of 2+ int mod. That's wild, but that's cool. That's really, really cool that they get so many skills. Because I think there's, 15 base skills? And they're going to get, 13 at level 1? Is that better than Rogue? No, Rogue is, 6 plus your intelligence mod. It's nuts. And you get to pick those. Channeling Wizard for the Nerd Crown. This is the melee nerd. This is the martial nerd. You might think actually, Investigator versus Thaumaturge for the martial nerd class. That's going to be big. Rogue is 8+ int. Plus stealth. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, no one touches the Rogue. Plus Rogue gets skill increases every level. And then, yeah, medium armor, martial weapons. Pretty good. All right, y'all. Let's dive into some class mechanics. I'm so excited because I don't know if y'all saw on Twitter, I'm going to be making a Thaumaturge at the end of the stream once we read through it all. And I'm actually converting one of my character in our campaign who's currently a Magus. I think he's going to work better flavor-wise as a Thaumaturge, so I'm going to be remaking him at level 1 as a Thaumaturge. Investigator is traditional math nerd. Thaumaturge is like a drama nerd. Yes! That's exactly what it is. I love that. All right. So let's just start from the top here. Actually, background is Esoteric Lore. Your experience with the unknown, as well as the tales you've exchanged with other Thaumaturges, has taught you about strange phenomena. You become trained in Esoteric Lore, which is similar to the Bardic Lore, in that it can be rolled for a lot of stuff. Haunts, curses, and creatures of any type. So you can't roll it on, I guess you could technically roll it on a person, but haunts, curses, and creatures covers a lot. Basically, the only thing that the Thaumaturge doesn't know about is nature. Like plants, unless the plant is a creature. Unlike a normal lore skill, you use Charisma for Esoteric Lore. That's super cool. You automatically start with Dubious Knowledge. At 3rd level, it goes up to Expert at 3rd level. Wow. That's amazing. Right? Yeah, I mean, humanoid is a type of creature. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, I guess you could roll on a person. I think, yeah, I don't know where the line would be there. Do all Thaumaturges get Esoteric Lore? Yeah, Esoteric Lore is a level 1 class feature. Every single Thaumaturge gets it and Dubious Knowledge. First, Implement and Esoterica. Your implement is a special object of symbolic importance. Your badge as you treat with a supernatural and a powerful tool if things turn violent. Choose an implement from the options presented on page 36. Amulet, Bell, Chalice, Lantern, Mirror, Regalia, which that's one of the new ones that I'm so excited for. Regalia, your implement can just be the clothes you're wearing. Like a specific set of clothes is so cool. While an implement is useful to you, you begin play with a mundane item of that type and gain the initiate benefit of that implement. While it's useful to you, it typically has no value. If you acquire a new object of the same general implement, you can swap it by spending a day of downtime, basically attuning to it. As you advance, you will collect up to 3 of them. From my understanding, which we'll get to, one of them you'll basically be... It's not like a skill proficiency, but you'll be legendary with one, master with another, and expert with a 3rd one. Basically level 3 with one, level 2 with another, level 1 with one. Yeah, so there's super mix and match potential with the Thaumaturge, which is awesome. Endgame always ends up being fashion. Paizo, if you start making us pay for cosmetics for my Thaumaturge, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna buy it, but I'm gonna be mad. While your implements are your primary tools and you're dealing with the supernatural, you know the value of always being prepared. You constantly collect and carry various smaller mystic objects, bits of materials with paranormal affinities, and items used in folk practices. Your Esoterica. So this is almost like a martial dandy Thaumaturge. This is almost like a martial version of a wizard's component pouch. Like a wizard has specifically, newt eyeballs and firefly wings and bat guano for fireball. You just have maybe scraps of cold iron, pieces of paper, shattered bones from monsters, and you just always have access to this stuff, which is awesome. You keep your Esoterica in easy-to-access places on your person and are well-practiced in brandishing your implement and Esoterica together.
So cool!
Yo, Lou, thank you for the $1 tip. Really appreciate it. Thank you. So you can draw and use Esoterica with the same hand as your implement. Ooh, cool. So if you're holding your bell in one hand, you can reach in and grab a piece of cold iron with that same hand. And you can still have another free hand. That's really, really nice. That's a really cool, probably going to be undersung, amazing facet of the Thaumaturge. TTRPG Diablo. So exploit vulnerability. This is their big thing. This is their big, universal Thaumaturge ability. You know that every creature, no matter how obscure, has a weakness. By identifying and empowering the right object, you can strike down even the most resilient of monsters.
That's so cool!
Nonat, is Paizo going to let you discuss Psychic 2, or is it only Thaum you are getting to spoil?
Thank you for the €5, I think. Oh my...
Cool!
So many tips. Thank you, guys.
I hope they fixed the recall knowledge is super hard at higher levels. Be sure uncommon, rare and unique conundrum. Please, 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 folded hands.
Please, folded hands. No, today is just the Thaumaturge. I believe at 9 p.m. Eastern, No Direction is actually going to be leaking the Psychic. And don't worry, once... I think it's like mid-July, once subscribers have access to the book, then we'll be diving into the whole thing. So there will actually be a second Dark Archive stream for the rest of the book, which is super exciting. Yeah, No Direction at 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Josh. Okay, so you gained the Exploit Vulnerability action. Also, Lou, I don't know how the Recall Knowledge thing is. Esoteric Lore check against a standard DC for its level. Okay, so this is important. This is an amazing way to do it once John's donation gets read.
That's so cool!
The robot got respect stuck in my head, so here you find out what it means to me.
What? It didn't even try! It didn't even try to spell Thaumaturge. It just skipped the words. Like, I get what you were going for. You were hoping for Thaumaturge. Tell me what it means to me. You have to do it in caps to spell it out. Oh no. That's almost funnier. We're going to see all the feats, Zandy. Yep, everything 1 to 20 Thaumaturge today. But yeah, someone was asking about Recall Knowledge. It is specifically Esoteric Lore against a standard DC for the creature's level. That's amazing. If you're a level 10 Thaumaturge and you're trying to exploit vulnerability on a goblin, well, the goblin's DC is going to be standard for level 1, so it's going to be like a DC 15. And at level 10, you're going to have like a plus 15, so you can't really fail. That's awesome. Bondage. Daniel, I am drinking. I'm drinking slowly, but this is a crisp white wine. Is that modified by rare, uncommon, and unique? I'm not sure. That might be a variant, like not a variant rule, but like a sort of specific rule in a different book that I'm not familiar with. For me, as a GM, that would be an on-the-spot call. Anyway, you scour your experiences, and once per round, for a single action, you retrieve an object from your Esoterica with the appropriate supernatural qualities. Then use your implement to stoke the remnants of its power into a blaze. Select a creature you can see. I'm never going to get through this ability because people keep throwing money at me. What do you want, Jacob?
That's so cool.
Is there going to be a Pathfinder version of Draconomicon?
Draconomicon? I am not familiar to Draconomicon. Is that a 5e supplement? I have no idea. I'm not actually familiar with the book. If chat wants to tell me about it, that'd be cool. But I have no clue. Will the stream video be uploaded after? Yes, Dr. Plague. This will be available as a VOD on the channel forever. 3.5 Book of Dragons. Oh, cool. I don't know if we need one. I mean, Battlezoo just released their dragons. Now, they're all playable. They're not monster stat blocks, but they're all the different dragons and all the information on them. It's super cool. Oh, it doesn't say secret check. You're right. Very cool. Yeah, Battlezoo Bestiary Dragons is super good. So, select a creature you can see and attempt an Esoteric Lore check.
That's so cool.
What do you want from US?
What do I want from the US? Oh, that is for a very different stream. That is not... What do I want from the US? Let's talk about that when I've had more alcohol. You gain the following effects until you exploit vulnerabilities again. If you critically succeed, you remember the creature's weaknesses, and as you empower your Esoterica, you have a flash of insight that grants even more knowledge about the creature. You learn all of the creature's resistances, weaknesses, and immunities, including the amounts of the resistances and weaknesses and any unusual weaknesses or vulnerability. You get to learn the numeric value. Whoa! You get to learn what spells pass through a golem. You will learn everything. Was this in the playtest? Holy cow! You can exploit either the creature's mortal weakness or personal antithesis. Your unarmed and weapon strikes against the creature also become magical. Yeah, here's the stat block. You better be ready to write this down. Oh my goodness! That's so good! Now, yeah, you know, you're not learning saving throws or armor class, but you're specifically learning resistances, weaknesses, immunities, and armor holes. That's so good. And it's not broken, it's just good. I love that. Now it's a critical success. If you normal succeed, you learn its highest weakness and can exploit its mortal weakness or personal antithesis. That's it. There's probably gonna be more info on that. Yeah, see below. Okay, so the critical success is so much more than normal. Does dubious knowledge apply to? Sorry, we have 443 people here. I'm sorry. I just alt-tabbed into my stream metrics. Anyway, we were talking about dubious knowledge. Just, I think that's a record. I want to say that's a record for the channel. Hello, Mega Combat Exalt. If anyone's here for the first time, welcome. Happy to have you. For everyone here for a second time, I don't know why you are, but I'm glad you are. Holy cow! You're famous. Say hi to Mom. Hi, Mom. No, we never hit 800 General Knight. That's insane. But, sorry, back on track. Dubious Knowledge. Oh, is Archives of Nethys struggling? What about PF2 SRD? Thanks, PF2 SRD. When you fail... No, so Dubious Knowledge doesn't... So the thing with Dubious Knowledge...
That's so cool.
I don't get to talk.
We're all bullying Nonat with money today.
Thank you, Danielle, for bullying me. I'm telling on you. So Dubious Knowledge won't really apply here. Dubious Knowledge only applies to secret checks. Esoteric Lore is not a secret check. It's public. So you know exactly how confident you are. You know exactly what you know. Alien, I feel like Nethys is always slow because more people are getting into PF2. I don't think it's a bad problem to have. Like, I think it's slow because a ton of people are researching the game, and that's awesome to me. Dubious Knowledge works on recall knowledge, not exploit weakness. There it is. If you fail, you can only exploit a creature's personal antithesis, but you still get magical strikes, which is amazing. Holy cow. Thank you for subbing, Resdamalos. And then if you crit fail, you couldn't remember the right object to use and become distracted while you rummage through your esoterica, becoming flat-footed. I love it just in the middle of that. I've got just the thing. No, give me a second. Just like, that's amazing. Yeah, so well, let's learn about what personal and mortal weaknesses are. You can attempt to exploit vulnerabilities one of two ways. By invoking properties that repel that type of creature, or attempting a more improvisational ad hoc, good terminology, ad hoc, not used enough, ad hoc method with your esoterica that can impose a custom weakness on any creature, albeit, another great word that I love. Sorry to keep stopping, but it's okay, because I'm about to get interrupted by a donation anyway, so I should stop talking so that Who's Weaving can just get their text-to-speech. I was hoping I would time that correctly. Is it... There it is. Let's pretend I was talking until just now, and that's funny.
Crit fail, I imagine Benny from The Mummy with all the holy symbols.
I haven't seen The Mummy. Jess. But basically, yeah, so you pick Mortal Weakness or Personal Antithesis. Mortal Weakness. Speaking of The Mummy... After identifying a creature's weakness, you use a thematically resonant bit of esoterica to attune your attacks to your discovery. Your unarmed and weapon strikes activate the highest weakness you discovered, even though your damage type doesn't change. This damage affects the target of your exploit vulnerability. This damage affects the target as well as any other creatures of the same type? Oh my god! If you're fighting like 10 trolls, you only need to exploit vulnerability once, and you trigger fire weakness on every attack against all 10 trolls for one action. Yeah, if you're fighting a pack of werewolves, yo, the Thaumaturge just became the king of group encounters. That was a feat before, now it's a base class feature? Yo! That's incredible. Well, so Richard, funny you bring that up. If, like a lot of monsters, the things you are fighting don't have any weaknesses, you get personal antithesis. You improvise a custom weakness on a creature by forcefully presenting and empowering a piece of esoterica that repels it on an individual level. For instance, against a tyrant, you might procure a broken chain that once held a captive. Great word choice there. This causes the target creature, and only the target creature, to gain a weakness against your unarmed and weapon strikes equal to 2 plus half your level. That's like rage damage. Like, plus 3 damage at level 1 and 2? That's basically rage damage. This probably scales very similar to what's the Fury Instinct Barbarian? I think this might scale better than the Fury Instinct. Let's see. Oh, Nethys. Oh, Nethys, you're so slow. I'm sorry, Nethys. So Fury Instinct... So Fury Instinct starts at 2 damage. And then I think at level 9, it increases to 6? I don't remember what level... it increases the rage damage. Hey, Nonat, just learned a Pathfinder at the Awesome Com in DC. Never played TTRPG before, so your channel's been very helpful. That's awesome, Carl Ritchie. I'm really glad to have been of help. I hope you're enjoying it. New people are joining TTRPGs every day, and seeing new people trying out the entire genre of game is super wholesome and heartwarming to me. So thank you for telling me. I know Fury is the weakest rage, but this is still an automatic benefit that all Thaumaturges get. That is fair. Thaumaturges do need to use one-handed weapons because they need to pull out their implement. Unless their implement is their clothes. Question, is the personal damage boost of this class the weakness exploit? In that vein, isn't that a little weak considering other classes can also benefit from it? No, other classes cannot benefit from it in the same way. The personal weakness gives them a weakness to your attacks. The immortal weakness just tells you their highest weakness. So you can share that information with your allies, and if they happen to have a silver weapon, they can capitalize on it. But even if you have a rusty iron dagger, you can capitalize on a weakness to silver. Super cool. Looks like you need to take the refocus activity and get another drink. I'm getting there. Besides, that would take 10 minutes, and if I walk away from the stream now, we're gonna lose this 447 viewers. This is so cool. So every odd level, you get +1 bonus damage. So if you're level 9, that's 7 extra damage on every hit. You know, it's not world-ending, but it's really good. And that's just if you don't know their weakness. Like, you get the personal antithesis on a failure. Keep that in mind, y'all. If you fail your esoteric lore, you get bonus damage on all of your attacks. It is only bad if you crit fail. That's it. That is incredible. Implements empowerment. The power of your implement can also be turned to the more common task of combat. Its power adding to and amplifying the effects of runes. When you strike, you can trace mystic patterns with an implement you're holding to empower the strike. Wait! So Thaumaturge gets a base 2 damage, rage damage, and then Antithesis? So at level 1, they get 5 bonus damage on every attack? That's almost equal to Giant Instinct. Like, sure, their base key ability score is Charisma, so they're gonna have a -2 to damage or to hit, but that's nuts! And at level 5 or whatever, when you get a striking weapon. So let's look at this. If you're a level 5 Thaumaturge, doesn't matter what feats or subclass you have. If you're a level 5 Thaumaturge with a striking weapon, and you unlock the personal antithesis on something, you are dealing 9 bonus damage before damage dice, before strength or dex modifier. Holy cow! That's more than a barbarian. Like a Giant Instinct Barbarian, I think it only gets +6 damage, right? A Giant Instinct only gets +6? Yeah. Yeah, a Giant Instinct at level 5 only gets +6 damage. Sure, it's only a one-handed weapon, so the damage ceiling is lower. But the damage consistency is gonna be nuts! Like, so here's the thing. If you're getting +9, sure, you're rolling a d6 instead of a d10. Like, maybe -1 or 2 damage on average, 2 or 4 damage based on striking. It does apply to range strikes, but remember, you still have to be holding your implement. So Bernardo, it's 2 plus half level, plus 2 additional damage per weapon damage die on all attacks. This is a separate feature, the implement's empowerment. When you strike, deal 2 additional damage per weapon damage die. As long as you are holding your implement, you get bonus damage. Consistency is going to be so high. And that honestly, you're exactly right, Thaumaturge, is that if your whole class is based around capitalizing on weaknesses, you should be super consistent. But now it's by die instead of level. Oh, it's so good. Sure. Personal Antithesis does have an action tax. But if you can get Mortal Weakness, holy cow, this class can pop off. Does this not have the Manipulate trait? No, it doesn't. This is an the Implement's Empowerment is automatic. As long as you have a one-handed weapon. And holding... I'm curious how holding the implement is going to work with Regalia. Richard, I don't know why I didn't read it out loud. I don't know if Antithesis is a filterable word. What is your personal antithesis? Personally, overstimulus. Like, I can't do live concerts or really loud bars. I get overstimulated, and I have a panic attack. I don't know why.
That's so
Just
cool.
happens. That's my, yeah.
And I am caught up. Time to bully Nonat with money or other fun grode med float.
Other fun road grod med float? I don't even know what language that is. That's Swedish? Thank you for the $5 donations, both of you, Anonymous and Nicholas, and the $2 super chat from Richard. Thank you. Yeah, no, my personal antithesis is a really loud noise, or a lot of loud noises at the same time. Danish? Okay. So if a Thaumaturge holds a Game Boy when they stab you, you take more damage. Okay, with 100 Czech crowns? Czechs use crowns? I don't know what I think that's Czech, but I don't know what the actual currency is. It is crowns? Did I just get something right from another country? Yo, low-key, like, joking aside, y'all teach me so much. The fact that, like, over half of you are from other countries, I learn more in these streams than I do anywhere else. Let's go! Let's go! Now the HP sense makes sense. It's a glass cannon. Absolutely, I agree. It totally is. Low accuracy, low defense, max... Not even max damage. Consistent damage, which is arguably better. Like...
That's so cool.
Arshat forgot name on my message.
Thank you, Jonathan. Geography, let's go! Okay, so then we get feats. Let's look at these class features, shall we? What's your highest viewer percentage in country of origin? I think it's like 50 or 40% US, and then the rest is other countries. So it's still mostly US, but I feel like the other countries I hear from a lot more, which is super heartwarming. Yo, I don't know what it is, but shout out to Brazil. The TTRPG gang in Brazil is strong. I see them in the comments of almost every video. They always pop up in stream chat, and they're just the friendliest, most hyped people in the TTRPG sphere. It's awesome. Love you guys. Hello from Ireland. Let's go, Nin. You might be the first I've ever seen from Ireland. I'm still confused why we don't have at least 300 likes. You know, it's a good point. The fact that there's 460 people, but only 180 likes, just kind of cringe, you know? Wait. Send a salve to Brazil. Salve. Belgium, let's go. Y'all are awesome. Alright, skill feats, general feats, expert reflex at level 3. France, awesome. Germany, let's go. We're distracting them too hard. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna be here all day. It's a good thing we're only covering one class, because usually I'd try to cover the entire book. There would be no chance. Either you yeah, even Paizo admits the Brazil fan base is huge. We've got a third-party publisher who we're in works with Sinclair's library, and they're translating the entirety into Portuguese. They just approached us, and they're like, yeah, we'll give you, like, royalties if we can publish your book in Portuguese. And we're like, go for it. That's so good. Italy, Norway, Chile, let's go. Basque, Netherlands, that's amazing. What's really cringe is not seeing the mummy. Shut up, Jazz. You don't have to expose me in front of 400 people. Czech Republic, nice. Yo, Quinn with another €5. Or are those pounds? I need to learn the pound versus euro symbol. Russia, let's go.
That's so cool.
I am in Scotland myself. We have pretty good TTRPG community.
I love that people play TTRPGs across the world. Like, can I just say that? Like, I adore the fact that, like, every country, and it's not even just D&D and Pathfinder, every country plays so many different games. What's the one that's huge in Japan? There's one TTRPG that we, like, never see over here, but it's huge in Japan. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Euro looks like an E, pound like an L. Call of Cthulhu's huge. Call of Cthulhu's huge in Japan, really? Oh, wow. Double system, let's go. Pound system has a flat bottom, E is curved. Oh, okay, that's gonna help forever. Thank you, Nin and Claim. Thank you. Call of Cthulhu's biggest in Japan. Wow. That's awesome. Hi from Arizona. Your vids playing Kingmaker made me decide to purchase 2 ebooks. Let's go, Rodolfo. I should probably, like, keep reading the book, huh? I should probably keep talking about the class and whatnot. Skill increases, ability boost, Ancestry Feats, second implement at level 5, which we'll get to. Weapon expertise, implement Adept. Choose one of your 2 implements and gain the next level benefit.
Cool.
I'm never gonna finish this class!
What up, dude? How's life? Also checking in from Washington State.
What's up, Andrew? Thank you for the $5. Life is good. Life was really stressful the last 3 or 4 weeks. Like, honestly, we've done a lot of financial stuff and business stuff. We just officially registered Sinclair's library as a business in New Hampshire, which was a whole process, but, like, we're just waiting on confirmation. We went to the bank. We're talking about, like opening, like, just getting business stuff in order, which is so stressful, but also, like, really, really fun and cool. But no, it honestly,
That's
like,
so cool.
I'm not even allowed to talk on my tangents!
Denmark most likely has a higher role-player rate than most countries, especially if we count LARPers. We have huge organizations with government
grants?
At one point, the area I lived in had more LARPers than football-playing children.
That's insane! I love that. Oh, what was I saying? I keep forgetting what I was even talking about. General
Go
Knight!
on, keep reading. Don't stop on my account.
My brain! What were we even talking about? Oh, Call of Cthulhu and Germany and Japan and second implements, and I've completely lost what I was saying. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be like super gushy and emotional as we approach 500 viewers. After the poor performance of my video last week, the TTRPG video games last week, which I got comments being like, sorry I didn't watch this sooner. Never apologize. Never apologize for not watching one of my videos. You are not obligated to watch my videos. But coming from that 10 out of 10 video to 500 people live here, absolutely insane and just feels amazing. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming out today. It means so much. Okay, enough Mushi Gushi. I've been told I missed something in second implement. While you're holding an implement in one hand, you can quickly switch it with another implement you're wearing to use an action from the implement you're switching to. To do so, you can Ooh! Okay, that's big. So they're really pushing the multi-implement playstyle. In fact, you will be holding yourself back if you only rely on your main implement, because you can switch and activate them for one action. Like, the switch and the activation share the action cost. That's amazing. That's really, really good. That's awesome. Thank you, Ezekiel, for telling me to go back and check that out. Oh, my word. Trying not to get emotional. Yeah. Adepts, Master Will Saves, Specialization, Intensify Vulnerabilities. You gain the Intensify Vulnerability benefit of all your implements, as well as the following action. Intensify Vulnerability. Once per...
That's so cool.
Salami!
I just want to interrupt you.
Oh, look at that. I have another drink. Because of you, Salami. For one action, once per round, while benefiting from Exploit Vulnerability. And it's not the same round you used it. It has to be a separate round. You present your implement in Esoterica again, intensifying their effect. You gain the Intensified Vulnerability benefit from what... Every single of the 9 implements has a different Intensify effect? Oh my word. That ain't no white wine. No, we're on to Jack Daniel's cocktails. These are amazing, by the way. If you haven't had these, they're a little pricey, but they're also huge. Highly recommend. Oh my word. Oh, I can't wait to get to the implements. I'm waiting for the implements. Class DC and an extra skill increase. Yo, that's so good. Oh, I love that. I didn't actually check. Did they get any other skill increases? 3rd and 5th and 7th. Okay, no, same as every other class. But yeah, that's awesome. That at 9th level they just get an extra bump. Want to get a drink and join, but I'm in the middle of my work day. Yeah, maybe finish work first. Y'all, I was so efficient today. I did the gym. I did a record. I did dishes. I did a bunch of... I'm streaming. I've had a really good day, honestly. This class is so cool. Yeah, I can already tell just from like your reactions in chat the difference in reaction now versus the playtest. I remember people being super disappointed in the playtest. Your proficiency rank for perception to master, medium armor to expert. They really are glass cannons. They don't even get expert armor till 11. You get adept in your 2nd implement. Okay. Legendary will saves at 13. Wow. That's early. Good on them. Since Paizo is here, I wonder if it would be possible to consider third parties that are widely accepted by the community, like Battlezoo and Sinclair, as official content. I can probably answer for them, Bernardo. For legal reasons, not a chance. Like, the amount of legal not loopholes, but hoops they'd have to jump through, like, it would effectively come down to the only way that would work is if Paizo purchased these companies. You know, if Paizo came up to me and my team and were like, hey, we got $50,000 to $100,000 to pay you and your team for the rights to all of your stuff.
Cool.
Like, then they can buy the company and the rights.
Nonat, are you hoping we get more Pantheons, you know, like Cosmic Caravan ECT? I just love Pantheons and how much freedom they give to playstyles.
But yeah, Paizo would basically have to buy the company. Yeah, IP is rough. Well, would you? We wish them well. No. Yeah, there you go. And honestly, like, it would be seen... I'll get to your question in a second, Quinn. Like, from, like, the Paizo standpoint, it would probably be seen just by a large chunk of people as lazy, even if that wasn't the intent. You know, like, oh, you could have just written stuff, but instead you just bought a company and took all their designs. Like, no, it's not going to be. They'd have to reprint all the books with a Paizo logo on them. It would just... not worth it. Quinn, thank you for another £5. Pantheons? I haven't looked into Pantheons that much. Gods and Magic is probably the Pathfinder book I have looked at the least. I never did a stream on it. I actually don't own it, because that came out before I started getting stuff for free. So I don't own Gods and Magic. It's a cool book. Like, there's a lot of spells and gods in there that people constantly call me out for not knowing they were in the game. And it definitely flew under the radar for a lot of people. I don't hear people talking about Gods and Magic much, but Pantheons are a cool concept, and I think they're a great alternative to deities. So yes, I would love to see more. Well, what happens if the enemy that you are using Mortal Weakness on is immune to your damage? Let's find out. If you use Personal Antithesis, they gain a weakness against your strikes equal 2 plus... Huh. That's a really good question. Hold on. That's an amazing question. Like, if you deal slashing damage to something that is immune to slashing damage, even though you've exploited vulnerability... Yeah, I'm guessing immunities trump weakness. Huh. Immunity would cancel it out completely, I think. Yeah. Increase the damage you take by the value of the weakness. Yeah, that's all it does. So it doesn't get around immunity. Even if you inflict weakness 5 slashing, if they are immune to slashing, sure, they take 5 more slashing damage, but they're still immune to it, so it's still 0. Yeah. So it's immunity. That would not work. So the Thaumaturge can't get around something that's immune to physical damage. Resistance and weakness would clash and cancel each other out. Resistance and weakness would cancel each other out, yes. Yeah, if you inflict weakness 5 to your attacks and they have resistance 5 bludgeoning and you hit them with a hammer, they will take 5 extra damage from your hammer, but they will also take 5 less damage from the hammer. Yo, no worries, Josh. Oh, I hope everything's okay. Best of luck at the doctor. Don't worry, Josh. I'm sure I'll message you at some point once the book actually comes out and we can fangirl over all the Thaumaturge and psychic stuff. Yeah, immunity is the biggest counter to Thaumaturge. If your strikes do multiple types of damage as a flaming weapon... These are questions. These are questions that need to be answered. Because it just says a weakness against your strikes. If your strike does 1d8 bludgeoning and 1d8 fire, and it has a resistance to bludgeoning... I have no idea. Paizo, help! We have an infinite masters category in Pathfinder, infinite signifying non-official content but experienced publishers. Oh, cool. I didn't actually know that was a category. Paizo, help! That's probably like the last big complicated question. If you personal antithesis an enemy, and they resist bludgeoning, but you deal bludgeoning and fire, what happens to your bonus damage from a personal antithesis? Is the weakness to bludgeoning? Is the weakness to fire half and half? Because it all depends what the weakness is to. Because it's a niche problem. It's going to come up in 1 out of 1,000 games. But if you're punching a devil for bludgeoning and fire damage, and they have a weakness to your strikes, is the weakness to bludgeoning or fire? That's the thing. It's a weakness to an action, which is weird. That's the thing. It's to your strike. But damage is still damage. Save your questions for Gen Con and your designer, not the marketing team. Aaron, is that you? Oh my word. Second Adept, Legendary Will Saves, Weapon Mastery, Weapon Specialization, Master and Fortitude Saves, Third Implement Initiative, Paragon Benefit of your initial one, Master and another increase to a knowledge skill. Very good. Such an honest marketing answer. It's the correct marketing answer. A bad marketing manager would give what they think is the right answer. A good marketing manager says, I'm not allowed to say that. And that's why Aaron is an amazing marketing person. Medium Armor Mastery, Unlimited Esoterica. Okay. Alright, that's a pretty good capstone. Basically quickened for Exploit Vulnerability and Intensify Vulnerability. Pretty cool. Alright. I love the Glabrezu here, by the way. I think that's a succubus, but that's definitely a Glabrezu. I love Glabrezu. We fought some of those in my 3.5 campaign. That's the only reason I know their name. Alright. Implements! Implements, baby! We're gonna go one by one here, alright? Let's talk. And this is going to take so long. This is 1 of 9. This right here, this page, is 1 of 9 implements. Just says your weapon strikes, not the damage of your weapon strikes. Huh. Alright. Amulet. It's an amulet. Initiative benefit. You gain a reaction. Actually, before we get going, one thing that's really cool, one of the really well-designed things they've done, there are 3 active, there are 3 passive, and there are 3 reactive implements. You can see the amulet is reactive. So 3 of them give reaction effects, 3 of them give active effects, and 3 of them are always active, I believe. As a reaction, if your exploit vulnerability target would damage you or an ally, and it specifically says target, so I'm guessing this does not work if you're fighting 5 trolls and you exploit weakness on 1 troll, but the 5th troll attacks your ally, I don't think that counts as the target anymore. Yo, Dylan, you should totally come to Gen Con if you can get a ticket. That'd be awesome. Rule of threes, rule of threes. But yes, I'm guessing this is specifically the one you exploit, not the group, even if they share. As a reaction, if you are holding your amulet, it's still interesting that it says holding your amulet. Because couldn't you be, I guess you would have to be like gripping it, even if you're wearing it? I don't know. That's weird to me that you can't just activate it by holding it, by wearing it. That's just a champion reaction. This just gives you a champion reaction. As a reaction, reduce the damage taken by 2 plus your level. Now, it doesn't give you, you know, an attack of opportunity, or clumsy, or a step. It's only weird to you that you need to hold it because you haven't seen the Mummy 1999. Yes! Look, I'll watch it someday. I've been watching a lot more TV and stuff. I watched Sick Note with Rupert Grint, which was amazing. I watched The Gentleman with Colin Farrell. That was incredible. I'm watching a lot of stuff, but I haven't seen The Mummy. So the problem there, Douglas, is free actions only work on your turn. You can't take a free action on someone else's turn. So you can't free action then reaction. Yeah, it's more limited since only your current target. Yeah, it's way more limited than the champion reaction, but it's still the champion reaction. I've seen A New Hope, Salami. I've seen A New Hope. I did not like A New Hope. You have exploit vulnerability damage, exactly. Youths today don't know. Hey, The Gentleman was great. It was a fantastic movie. At level 7, the Adept Benefit. Gains resistance 5 against that damage type until the start of your next turn. Cool. Give your ally resistance when they use it. Cool. What's up, abandonment issues? No, you're good. We'll probably only go for an hour or two, depending on how long it takes. You have to name your Thaumaturge Brendan Fraser. No, his name is Phalus. He's a fetchling from the Darklands. Intensify Vulnerability. Oh my god. That's so good. Oh my god, that's so good. Wow. Thought it was all night. Definitely ain't all night. But that's incredible. +2 to all defenses. It's Ray Shield. It's one action, permanent Ray Shield. Plus all saves. +2 AC, +2 Fortitude, +2 Reflex, +2 Will. Holy cow! How does Intensify Vulnerability work? So on the first turn, you exploit vulnerability. And then on the next turn, you can do it again to intensify it. And then if you intensify it, you get the benefit related to the implement you're using. So you can't get this until round 2.
That's so cool.
That is so cool, Lou. I agree.
Yes. Can you hear Shakira singing? This is the Witcher fan's dream. Oh, musical notes. Swords.
Musical notes. Swords. I just think of that one vine from forever ago. If there are any spirits here, can you tell me? Does this sound like Shakira? This class is so cool. And then Paragon. When you use Amulet's Ambience, which is the reaction, you can target yourself and all allies within 15 feet. Each target gains both the initial resistance and the lingering resistance.
That's so cool.
Thank you, everybody.
If you like The Gentleman, check out the movie Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, the movie Snatch, and the move Rock and Roller.
I've been meaning to watch Snatch. I do want to watch that one. I don't know the other two. I'll look into them. Free action can be used outside your turn? Can someone double check that? That doesn't sound right. I don't think you can take a free action outside your turn. If the foe's attack deals multiple damage type, choose separately. So it's weird, because it's still an attack. You can target yourself and all allies. Each target gains both the initial resistance and the lingering resistance. It sounds like this is mostly useful for... if they have a trigger, they can be? Oh, depends on the trigger of the free action. Oh. Gotcha. I don't think the... see, it's not an action, though. Like, it's not like a detailed action. It's just, where'd it go? Oh, no, never mind. You are correct. For example, you could swap your lantern for your chalice to use its reaction. It specifically says that. So, no, you are right. I am wrong. Yo, thanks for hanging out, Paizo. It was a blast. Have a good meeting. Okay, I've been proven wrong. I will hopefully admit that. Nice. That's actually really good. That's amazing. But yeah, Paragon Benefit's weird. Like, it sounds like the lingering resistance is best. It's like all you're going to get out of it. Did we crack 500? Did we actually crack... we cracked 500 viewers. Oh my god. Wow. But yeah, does anyone have any idea for the Paragon Benefit? Like, when a breath weapon's not an attack. Oh, it's not on attack, it's on damage. Oh, never mind. No, okay, it is on damage. I thought it was on attack, but no, it's on damage. That works against fireballs, that works against breath weapons. Okay, never mind. That's fantastic. That's huge. And 300 likes? I mean, 300 likes is cool, but could you imagine 400 likes? Alright, it's time for the meme. Ever since it was announced, people have been all about that counter spell. Because that's the bell's entire thing, is countering. Can you imagine seeing the mummy? Jess, one more mummy quote, and one more mummy jab, and I'm putting an ad in. I didn't even know I could run ads during my stream, but apparently they've added them, and I have the power to run an ad right now. I kind of have to pee, so I might in a minute. So, you can use your bell implement to create 3 different kinds of music, each of which weakens a foe in a different way. Oh. Okay. I have a need. I have... what is it? What's the actual quote? The only cure is more cowbell. First time catching a stream, your content has helped me a ton with the group I've joined. This class looks nutty. It's wild, Midna Fox. It's crazy. But there's 3 different reactions here? Or 3 different types of reactions? Oh, but hold on, we gotta stop! Because Who's Weaving has to interrupt everybody!
Cool.
Looks to me like you are on the wrong side of the river.
Is it a pun? Wait, is there a pun here I'm not getting? I feel like, am I being stupid? No, you're fine. Is there a pun here I'm not getting? Reaver?
So cool.
Thank you, Orion.
I heard that for 425
Oh, of course, it's a
likes that
quote from the
Nonat will
mummy.
watch the
I'm
hit
running an
series,
ad.
The Mummy, starring Brandon Fraser.
I'm running an ad! Go! I hope that worked. Did it work? It worked! Hooray! Yeah, all the ad blockers outing themselves. Oh, hey, skip it all you want. The skip button still gives me money. Oh, that's true, that's true. If you're premium, you don't get an ad. Hey, Jess. Guess what? What's that? Guess what? What is it, Jess? You have YouTube Premium. Hey, fun fact. If you have YouTube Premium and I roll an ad, I still make money. That's one of my favorite things about YouTube Premium is, like, if you have an ad blocker and you skip an ad, I don't get a cent. But if you have YouTube Premium and skip and it doesn't show you the ad, I still get paid for the view. So it's like 1 or 2 cents, but still, it's a really cool feature. I love it. And I'll get started after Reaper Grimm's donation goes through. What would you like to say, Reaper Grimm 5594? Go ahead and tell us your spectacular philosophical statement.
First Thaumaturge is in a modern campaign, will be one of those college cafe witches, except her crystals and candles actually do things.
Except they actually do things. Careful, you're gonna make some enemies. Oh, yo, see you later, Thomas. That's so freaking funny. Oh, it actually read Thaumaturge? Weird. Alright. Okay. Whew. Okay. As a reaction, you may ring bell. I can already see tables. I can already see tables where people are like, excuse me, GM, I would like to ring bell. Can I ring bell? As a reaction, if the target of your vulnerability makes a strike or casts a spell against one of your allies, your implement sings out abruptly. The piece played depends on whether the trigger was a strike or a spell. I thought it was 3 types. 3 different kinds of music. I only see 2. Is that a typo? Do we have a typo? We might have a typo. I might use a physical bell. That's actually really fun. Ding, 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 ding. If the trigger is a spell, you create a musical crash of sonic energy that assails the target. They must succeed a fortitude save against your class DC or become stupefied 1. The target doesn't have to attempt a flat check to avoid losing the triggering spell, but the discordant ring does lower the spell attack roll or spell DC from stupefied. That's cool. Intensify Vulnerability is probably the third. Oh, you're probably right. That makes sense. That's cool. That's a really clever way where it's not quite counterspell, but it's lowering accuracy. I like that a lot. I'm a librarian? Is that another mummy quote? Quinn, if that's a mummy quote, I'm banning someone. I don't know who, but I'm banning someone. Maybe I'm banning me.
So cool.
Is that a mummy quote?
I'm a librarian collapses in drunken stupor.
I'm prepared. I don't even necessarily want to, but I'm prepared. I see that, Jeff.
That's so cool.
This donation is to pay for a copy of The Mummy, which is for sale on Amazon right now for $9.99 or so.
You see what you all make me do? You see what you make me do? Thank you for the generous donations. It could be fun to do like a Discord watch party, though. Honestly, a Discord watch... I could never do it on stream because I would get DMCA'd. But honestly, I would do that on Discord. Maybe we will. If you haven't joined the Discord, check. There should be a link in the description. Is there a link in the description? Yeah. Y'all, if you haven't already, join the community Discord. It's a really cool place. There's like 1,300 people there. There's always room for more. And maybe we'll do a mummy watch party. But Jess better be there. Jess, if we're doing... Yeah, if we're doing a mummy watch party, you're coming in.
You came back from the desert with the new friend, didn't you, Benny?
Are you just donating to put mummy quotes? Is that what this is devolving into? Yeah, no, Jess, you better join and we'll get Marissa in too. I want you two in like voice with me in the Discord chat, like while we're watching along. How did I get here? How did I get to this point? I thought I escaped it when I left Washington.
That's so cool.
Your actions are your own.
They're not! My actions are yours because you pay me! Oh my god. I can never escape. It's gonna haunt me forever. So distracting cacophony is really cool. What about disrupting harmony? That's so good! Oh my god. So, disrupting harmony is
That's so cool.
The Mummy is a party of rogues with different dedications.
Thank you, Reaper. You admitted to not seeing a movie. It's the worst thing you could do on the internet. I know, Matt. Wait, but I want to play my Thaumaturge, but I haven't seen it. It's because the stream has gone to Mummy-turge. Oh, God. Mr. Bluff. Y'all are getting new people to donate. People I've never seen donating before just to capitalize on the freaking mummy meme. The mummy meme.
You need to do a Mummy review video.
It would get no views if I reviewed the mummy. Oh my god. If I reviewed the mummy, I would get no views. You'd get like 1,000 views. Maybe. Oh my god.
That's so cool.
Thumbs up for my fave playtist getting a sneak peek. Also live no nat means throw money at screen.
Okay, that wasn't a mummy donation. Oh, thank you, Austin. Thank you. I'm really glad you're enjoying it. I'm really glad you're enjoying this Dark Archive live stream. Not talking about Brendan Fraser's The Mummy from 1999, a bioawakening for many people in the modern era. Disrupting harmony. If someone attacks you or your ally, you can use your reaction to make them make a will save or get Clumsy 1 or 2, or Enfeebled. Your choice. That's incredible. Maybe that's the third type. One is Clumsy, one is Enfeebled, one is Stupefied. But yeah, no, someone already said it in chat. It's a really nice touch that spellcasters need to make a Fortitude save, and physical attackers need to make a Will save. That's so much bigger than it sounds on paper. That's so much bigger. Because, you know, if a troll is attacking, their Will save is so low. If a necromancer is shooting a ray of enfeeblement, which is not necessarily an attack spell, well, yeah, it is. What am I saying? It's a spell. If they cast ray of enfeeblement, their Fortitude save is going to be so low. It's so good. Also, hold on, my video capture device is incredibly fuzzy. Oh no, it fixed itself. Never mind. Yeah, no, this is
so cool.
Step 1, make second channel. Step 2, put mummy review on it.
Step 3, profit. Is that? You mean if a mummy was shoot? No, I think mummies have really high fortitude. Hold on. I'll double check that. But I'm pretty sure mummies actually have a super high fortitude save. Because they're undead, and if they're not a spellcaster, which I guess mummies are technically spellcasters. Oh my word. Poor Archives of Nethys. Mummy Pharaoh. Yeah, their lowest is reflex. Fortitude is only one lower than will. Okay. Wait, it's not gonna read your super chat, Kay? Does it think that Jur? It thinks that's a swear? It's pronounced Brendan Fraser, not Frasier. Oh my word. No, Kay. Thank you so much, though. I appreciate it. Holy cow. Step 3 is question mark. Step 4 is profit. I'm way late, not a little late. Esther, don't worry. Don't worry, you can skip the last 45 minutes if you're behind, which if you're behind, you can't hear me say. What's the Adept Benefit? The conditions last 3 rounds? You can inflict Stupefied, Enfeebled, or Clumsy 2 for 3 rounds? That's insane! That's so good. Granted, only on a crit fail, but my goodness. Especially on dex-based characters like enemy rogues. Because when you Clumsy, thank you so much, NAC, for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. When you Clumsy a rogue, you don't only reduce their accuracy, you reduce their armor class, which is huge. This is gonna be a long stream, Who's Weaving, yeah. But again, I don't have plans until 7. Eldritch, are you saying it's pronounced VHS?
That's so cool.
Oh my god, it doesn't stop.
Brendan Fraser fans will flock to a mummy review.
It doesn't stop.
That's so cool.
No one ever got in trouble by reading a book.
I feel so bad for people like Master Potato who are just sliding. Oh my god.
Don't forget mummy archetypes exist thanks to Book of the Dead. Clearly you just need to review the movie to review the archetype. Smile.
That's so cool.
Clearly you need to watch The Mummy just so we can stat out the characters like we did with League of Legends.
Oh, making all of the Mummy cast as Pathfinder. Nonat gonna pay rent on the back of the Mummy. I'll watch it eventually in Discord. Join the community Discord. Link in the description. You should just stop the super chats? Hell no, I'm having fun. And I'm making money, which is good, because ad revenue's in the toilet lately. I'm here as a friend. Yeah, Jess ain't here as an employee right now. Intensify Vulnerability. When you ding-a-ling and successfully strike the target, your bell implement plays a haunting tone and they take a -2 penalty on...
That's so cool.
Drink from the chalice is only once per round.
We're not
winking face.
We're not even on the chalice! Are you talking about my drinking problem? Ooh. So if you successfully hit a target as a reaction, is it as a reaction? It's not even a reaction, it's just automatic. Wow. So as long, I mean, you have to spend the action to intensify vulnerability. But from then on, Yes, because Christian. From then on, if you successfully hit them, they take a -2 to all saving throws for 1 round. Oh no, just against Ring Bell. Just against Ding Dong. Okay. So it's only against Ding Dong. That is far less good than I thought. You made stats for League of Legends characters? We didn't make stats, but we gave them classes. It's an old video. Check it out. It's a fun one. That's not that great. Like, don't get me wrong, -2 to saves are great. And, like, being able to inflict enfeebled and clumsy, it's all good. But it's not good enough. Because remember, you're spending an action, and then you still have to hit them. Ding Dong lets you hit or crit more often, only if it's clumsy. Enfeebled and Stupefied doesn't help you hit more often. Ding Dong also, like the clumsy is the best one. You can always choose Diva, you're one of my mods. So if you're a mod, you're abusing your privileges.
So cool.
Has Nonat heard of the hit movie The Mummy, 1999?
No, I haven't. Could you tell me about it? I've never heard of this movie. It's the first time I've ever heard about it. Wow. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. Just really going all in on the Ding Dong. Don't take that out of context, please. I can do what I want with money. That's true, you work at a bank. There's a The Mummy 2, Electric Boogaloo. Paragon Benefit. With your mastery of the bell, you can affect many foes with ease. It's level 17. Sorry, I have a really bad habit. It's happened in all of my live streams on my first impression streams where I read something so life-changing that I don't even realize it. I stop reading it out loud. And I just like, what? When you take Paragon Benefit with the Ding Dong, you inflict Clumsy, Enfeebled, or Stupefied 2 on a normal success, 3 on a crit success, or crit failure from them, and it's no longer limited to your target. That's huge. Boogaloo? Isn't that what I said? I probably said Bugala because I was being funny. It's called Comedy Loo. I don't know if you've heard of comedy, but I'm a master. That was a fart joke. You may laugh. Chalice! Bell is awesome. Ding Dong is fantastic. Chalice, once per round for 1 action, you may sip from your chalice. Oh, sorry, you may sip or drain. If you sip, you get temp hit points equal to 2 plus half your level. Kind of lame. If you drain it, you heal for 3 hit points per level. And then you basically, it's not even refocus, it's just 10 minutes pass and you can do it again. Huh. Oh, it can heal on negative healing. That's cool. I like that a lot.
That's
yeah, you can be undead.
cool.
If the drinker has negative healing,
For
it
the
will still
review
heal
of
in
The
this
Mummy,
way.
You should treat it as if it were a short PF2E champagne. Heart.
Heart! That would be fun. I've had that thought of making videos about like similar to XP to level 3's Lord of the Rings, if it was a D&D campaign. I thought about doing that. I mean, so it does specifically say negative healing, not undead, but don't undead have negative healing? Or is that a separate feature? Positive tag? You take a sip from your trusty Vault 13 kit.
That's so cool.
You take a sip from your trusty Vault 13 canteen.
Unfortunately, Antithesis is down, so I can't check right now. They have it? Yeah, I think undead have negative healing. So this can heal anybody. And then, yeah, it has the positive trait because it's positive healing. But if an undead drinks out of it, it replaces the positive trait with the negative trait, which is awesome. Super cool. Undead do have negative healing. Okay, cool. Then, yeah, this is awesome. You could totally play this on, like a Dhampir or a full-on vampire Thaumaturge. That'd be awesome. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, chat. Just let the text-to-speech roll. Come on. Do it. Interrupt me before I have time to...
That's so cool.
Did you ever see the 2017 Mummy?
I did not. I have never seen any mummies. That's a lie. I've seen the Jimmy Neutron episode where they go to Egypt and find a mummy. That's a good one. Just convert Mummy's Mask to PF2E and run it on stream. Make a ridiculous amount of the mummy. Don't fireball yourself. Yo, that 6d6 damage goes down a lot smoother than you'd expect. If you...
That's so cool.
You think the Chalice will have the ability of killing people who are not you, like the Holy Grail from the last
That would be
Crusade?
so cool. I don't think it does get that, but that would be so cool. If, like, or if they made it a feat called You Chose Poorly, that would be awesome. Yeah, Jimmy Neutron looks awful, but it's still a funny show. It holds up, in my opinion. Adept at level 7. If you were an ally within 30 feet, takes piercing or slashing damage, or persistent bleed damage, from a critical hit, drinking from the Chalice. I'm gonna ban everyone in chat because I'm about to get interrupted by another mummy super chat. On a sip.
That's so cool.
Have you seen my mummy? I can't find them.
See, I was hoping you were going for a Doctor Who quote there for a second. I guess that's "Are you my mummy?" Are you my mummy? Are you my mummy? Mummy. On a sip, the temporary hit points granted the creature increases to 2 plus your charisma modifier plus your level. Plus your level, not half your level. And then when drained, okay, so this is just a straight up upgrade, which is good. Well, kind of. It's only an upgrade if someone takes a critical hit. This is not great. It's tough. Like, it's not bad. But it's 3 or 4 temporary hit points. That increases to, like, what? 14 temporary hit points if they just took a critical hit, which is better. Now, the heal is great. The heal is great. If they just took a critical hit, they get 35 hit points, which is huge. But, I don't know. It's okay. And I guess it's not your whole focus, you know? I think this makes for a really good backup implement, not a main implement. Yeah, once per round, it's fine. Crit or bleed, yeah, it's fine. How many likes so you wrap yourself in toilet paper for the party? Not enough. Toilet paper is expensive, yo. Did I just say yo? Unironically? I've been streaming too long. Your Reinforced Chalice at level 9. When you exploit vulnerability, if you succeed at a strike against the target, you increase the effect if someone drinks from the Chalice. Add an additional half of your level to the... Oh, this gets weird. This gets really, really weird. So it adds an additional half of your level to the temp HP, and this stacks with the critical one.
Would you allow a vampire thaumaturge to satisfy their hunger off of their chalice?
That's
or
cheating.
Is that
Yeah.
kind of cheating?
That is 100% cheating. I would allow the chalice to be like faux blood, like imitation magical blood, like it refills itself. But I would think about a vampire. Like, it would be a blood with no life force. I feel like a vampire is specifically feeding on the life force of blood. You know, it's like diet blood. So if you're level 9 and you've intensified your chalice and someone takes a critical hit and you feed it to them, if they sip off your chalice, they get 2 plus charisma modifier plus your level plus half your level. Weird. Or add your level to HP regained, which at the level 9 just becomes 50 hit points. That's pretty good. This effect isn't cumulative if you hit with more than one... That's fair. Okay. That's fine. Dude, it's so unhygienic. So is this file something everyone has access to, or just Nonat because he's cool and knows people? Just Nonat because he's cool and knows people. Also, he's really attractive. Have you seen his goatee lately? It's really nice. And then at level 17, when someone drains the chalice, it lets you overcome and reduces... It only reduces by 1? Huh. And it can't reduce if it has a duration. It can reduce drained by 1 once per day. On top of the others, that's cool. In addition, the chalice also attempts to counteract all poisons, diseases, and curses afflicting the drinker. Okay. If the chalice fails to counteract, it can't attempt to counteract until midnight. That's weirdly worded. It can't attempt to counteract that affliction again until midnight? Intensify is for the whole fight. Yeah, Intensify does not have a duration. I'll double check to make sure I'm not wrong here. But Intensify does not have a duration. Once you have intensified, it is there for good. But like... I moved past it. I moved past. I went too far. Spoilers! Bell, ding ding. So you can do it at 11 p.m. and then drink again in an hour. Wait, Intensify had a duration? No, Intensify is not until end of turn. Wait, was it? Beginning of next turn. Oh, that's so much worse. Okay. That's why these seem so strong. Okay, until the beginning of your next turn. Okay. So if you want to use these, you need to do it up. But luckily, it's not a check. It's not a follow-up Esoteric Lore check. It's an auto success. So, okay. So most of these just cost an action. Effectively, it's an action tax. So they're always going to succeed, which is nice. That's fine, I guess. The Paragon benefit for the Chalice isn't super exciting. Hold your cup to the moon, except the moon is your Lord and Savior. Wear Chalice. Ooh, excuse me. Thank you for another £5. Quinn, that's so generous. Thank you to everyone who's donated today. Your guys have been amazing. Holy cow. I'll start on the lantern after this super chat.
So cool.
I wonder if the Lantern King will approve of the lantern implement, since lanterns are his whole thing. This will be last one I do.
The Lantern King? I don't actually know the Lantern King. Is that another mummy thing? If that's another mummy thing, I'm upset. If that's an actual like Pathfinder lore character, that's cool. Alright. Initiate benefit for the lantern. While you hold your lantern... Nothing... I'm gonna try that again. Lantern King is a fate. Oh, cool. So you can light or extinguish your lantern as a free action once per turn with nothing but a thought. The lantern shines bright light out to 20 feet, and so it's a torch. And it counteracts magical darkness. Very cool. You and your allies in the lantern's area of bright light get a +1 status bonus to visual perception checks to notice anything that is also within the bright light, and +1 to checks to recall knowledge against creatures within the bright light. Ooh, that's cool. Bonus to recall knowledge. During exploration, even if you aren't searching, the GM rolls a secret check for you to find traps, environmental hazards, haunts, and secrets. Wow. That's wow. Holy cow. Just everyone is automatically considered searching. That's insane. That's really, really good. Later, Andrew. Keep it real. Okay. So yeah, this is one of the passive ones. This is one of the passive benefits. It's basically just permanent searching, which is cool. Moth person Thaumaturge getting distracted by their own lantern. Yeah, Thaumaturge has so much going on. We are not even at the feats. I don't even know if I'm going to get through the feats. My voice is starting to go. I'm guessing the U is almost the only Thaumaturge. Does it say U? Oh, you're right. It does say U. Okay, so sorry. Only the Thaumaturge gets auto-searching. But that's still pretty cool. That you don't need someone committed to searching. It's automatic. Adept Benefit. Increases to 30 feet and 30 feet dim. While holding your lantern, invisible and ethereal creatures within the bright light become visible as rippling distortions. Yo, that turns invisible to concealed? That's powerful. Doesn't touch the ethereal plane, but yeah, any invisible creature becomes fantastic. Huge. This is a great second implement. Intensify. If you intensify your vulnerability, the bonus to like recall knowledge and stuff increases to +2. They take a -2 to deception and stealth. It's great for roleplay. Cannot be concealed. Wow. So even if a creature is under an invisibility effect, if you target them, exploit vulnerability, and intensify it on the following turn while they are in the lantern's light, is it specifically the bright light? Just the light. Yeah. You can just completely reveal an invisible creature. That's huge. That's big. I love that you basically are making magic items with the Thaumaturge. Yeah, Paizo, I'm still talking. My voice is starting to go. I'm so not used to talking this loud for this long. I don't know why I talk this loud on stream. It just happens. Alright, Paragon. 40-foot bright light, 40-foot dim light. While holding your lantern, GM rolls a secret counteraction against any illusion. Sure. That's it? Oh. Huh. Wait, that's really it? The Paragon benefit is it auto tries to counteract illusions. When you can just attempt to counteract something anyway. Huh. That's underwhelming. I don't... Would it counteract... is mirror image illusion? If mirror image is illusion, yeah. But it might be abjuration. No, auto counteracting is good, for sure, for sure. But is it... Yeah, mirror image is illusion, so it would counteract mirror image. That's good, yeah. It's definitely not a bad feature. I just don't know if it's worth a level 17 feature. Yeah, it's a great second implement, maybe even a third. Well, the thing is, Nicholas, it's not permanent true seeing. It's permanent attempted counteract, and they're secret. So if you fail, if the GM rolls and you fail the check, you don't realize it's an illusion. You only realize if you succeed the secret check. Oh, does it also work on transmutation? Oh, it does work on transmutation too. That's cool. True Sight works like that? Oh, True Sight is a counteract? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought True Sight was automatic. Huh. True Sight doesn't auto counteract? Let's find out. The True Seeing spell counteracts. But what about there's a perception, yeah, True Seeing. What about, what's the one called, the perception skill feat, like level 17? That would try to automatically counteract a werewolf's transformation? Is that transmutation? I don't think that's transmutation, or at least it's not the magic. It's not a spell. Does it say a spell or effect? That's a weird question. Polymorph's a transmutation, but the werewolf doesn't have polymorph on it. Weirdly enough. That's right. Lycanthropy is a curse, not an effect. I mean, it's not a spell. And it says nothing about polymorph on its stat block. So no, you would not be able to counteract a werewolf with this. That'd be a cool concept, though. Y'all just want to turn werewolves into naked people. I gotta move faster. Oh my god, there's no way we're getting through all the feats. My voice is starting to go. Mirror! At level 1, you get Mirror's Reflection for 1 action. You duplicate yourself within 15 feet into an open space. You are treated as in both spaces, attacking, seeking, providing flanking, even with yourself, which is so cool. Mimics your actions exactly, but any effects you generate come from only one of your positions. For example, if you made a melee strike against a creature within reach of your reflection, you'd mime the actions of the strike, but only the reflection would actually make it. So if you move, does it move? When you move, you choose which square... Oh, if you move, the mirror ends. That's cool. That's really, really cool. So you summon it into place and it has to stay in place. Nice. Some events force you to determine which image is the real you, and then end the effect and cause your mirror self to disappear. This happens automatically. It also happens if you choose to move out of your space. You decide which version is truly you. That's interesting. So... wild. So at any point, if it ever ends the effect, you decide which one of you is the real you. And there's no limit on that. I can't spoil anything, but I've been talking to my team about limited teleportation. And we've been thinking like, oh, infinite 10-foot teleportation is broken. This is infinite 15-foot teleportation. That's insane. This is literally infinite 15-foot teleportation for one action. This is going to make our design a lot easier. Because we've been...
So cool.
Thank you, Charles.
Change shape on the werewolf has polymorph trait.
Does it? Weird. Huh. That's the point. 10 foot is broken, 15 is okay. Yeah. So yeah, you could use this to teleport over a 10-foot ravine. Now that this exists, I'm sending this. I'll hopefully I remember. Yeah, no, this is gonna break our design wide open now that there's a precedence. That's huge. Adept for the mirror. When an enemy adjacent to one of your spaces damages you, that version of you explodes into mirror shards, ending the reflection. Deals 2 plus half your level. Or the damage of the triggering attack, whichever is lower. That's awesome. That's so cool. They break you and you shatter into sharp glass. That's amazing. If you intensify vulnerability, you become concealed to your target. That's not very exciting. That's far less exciting. But the Adept Benefit is just so good that just concealment is fine. I just get pinged. I just heard the weirdest ping sound. Did y'all hear that? Okay, it's just my gilded. It's just our design room. Paragon. Seems useless. Not useless, but when you use Mirror's Reflection, you can have one of yourselves immediately interact, seek, or strike. I thought it said stride. Oh, it's a strike. Okay. Okay, yeah. Mirror's really good. You can make a whole character around the mirror. This is broken. The fact that this is level 1 is so broken. Holy cow. I didn't know it would make a sound. Hey, Eldritch, you posted. Thank you. No, I appreciate that, Eldritch, that you're doing, because I'm going to forget. All right. Regalia is the one I've been so excited for. While you hold your regalia... Holding it? Why are you holding your clothes? Oh. Regalia isn't clothes. I was lied to. Regalia is like royalty accessories. Scepters, orbs, banners. Okay. See, I thought regalia for some reason was like a fancy jacket or a nice dress or something like that. Yeah, it's like the actual accessories. Okay. Like, yeah, I knew regal. I just thought it was specifically clothes. For some reason, I thought I remember someone telling me it was clothes.
So cool.
Well, it's official. You can make Bloody Mary now.
Oh, you can actually make Bloody Mary the horror character. That's amazing. Excuse me, Quinn. I thought your last super chat was your last one. You just super chatted again. You broke my trust. I can't trust you anymore. Initiate. When you hold your regalia, you gain an air of authority and bolster the courage of your allies. +1 bonus to deception, diplomacy, and intimidation for you. And allies can follow the expert even if you're only trained. They get an extra +1. When you are holding your regalia, you gain an inspiring aura. +1 against fear. Reduced frightened by 1 more than usual. That's fine. This is probably the least exciting initiate so far. Do we know how long until this gets officially released? I think mid-July for subscribers. Maybe longer for shipping. But I think subscribers get access to the PDF in like 2 weeks. Maybe 3. Every +1 does matter. Yeah, I'm not the one. I'm not. But when you... it's hard because I'm always comparing, especially in the same class, I'm comparing options. Do you compare infinite 1-action 15-foot teleport to an extra +1 on follow the expert? Just not exactly even. Mid-July for subs, late July for everyone. Cool. Reducing fear is good. Absolutely. Reducing fear isn't bad. So it's another passive one. Now, is this just automatic while holding it? Okay, so this is just a permanent passive while holding it you get +1. That is better than I give it credit for, because that's passive. You don't have to use a reaction. You don't have to use an action. That is a permanent +1 to all your charisma checks. That's fair. Read the rest? I did. I mean, I haven't read the Adept and stuff, but, you know. You're so vain. You probably think this class is about you. At level 7, they increase to +2, as long as you have Master in each skill. Okay. When others use Follow the Expert, +2, +3, or +4 if you're Master. That's really good. The +4 on Master is nice. The Courage your aura instills grows stronger. The +1 status bonus now applies to all saving throws against Mental. Still pretty specific. And you gain +2 status bonus to damage. So you get sort of a passive weak Inspire Courage, I guess. Yeah, you get like a passive weak Inspire Courage. Kind of cool. Yeah, it's definitely really good, Ezekiel. Like, it's not bad at all. I guess it's just boring compared to the other three. I don't know. Like, it's a lot. The reason it feels boring is because it's a ton of small bonuses, which add up to a really good implement. Exactly. It's not bad. It's just a little bland. And it's hard. You know, if you already have a bard, this is useless. It's like 2 martial stances fused. Yeah. Intensify Vulnerability. Whenever you successfully strike the target, choose an ally, they get +1 to its attack rolls against the creature. So Circumstance bonus. That's pretty good. Because what, Inspire Courage is status, right? +1 Circumstance bonus to attack roll is pretty hard to get. Yeah, that's pretty good. That on a fighter with a bard on your team, that's huge. It's unfortunate, because this synergizes super well with bards. This doesn't. If you crit, +2. Nice. What is the Paragon? That's true. I haven't seen the feats yet. The feats could change everything as well. If you have X could negate a bunch of options. X is never guaranteed. What? Your regalia grants you true gravitas of rulership, tying together the hearts and minds of your allies, making it possible for you to leave a bad impression. If you roll a critical failure on a check to coerce, make an impression, or request, you get a failure instead. Nice. When others use Follow the Expert, grant them +3 if you are trained, or +4 if you're above. That one's less cool, because chances are, up to this point, to make the most out of the Adept benefit, you want to be Master or Legendary in Deception, Diplomacy, and Intimidation. The fact that at level 17, it no longer matters if you're above Expert for the purpose of Follow the Expert, kind of feels bad. Like, it's great if you have, like, Expert Stealth or Athletics, I guess. But it almost feels like this line, this buff, it is for anything. I will give you, yeah, it is for anything. But when you are taking Regalia as your primary implement, you're going charisma-based. You're going after Deception, Diplomacy, and Intimidation, which means you're going to put almost all of your skill increases into it. And it's going to be almost all of them, because you're going to need to put 3 into Deception, 3 into Diplomacy, 3 into Intimidation, 4 if you're going for Legendary, but all of a sudden, it doesn't matter if you're above Expert, but not until level 17. It's a little rough, a little counterintuitive. Allies in your aura aren't flat-footed from being flat. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. I feel like level 17 is almost too late, but that's a really cool feature. I would have loved to see that on Adept. Put that at level 7, that would have been super cool. Maybe too strong. 17 feels too late. That's an amazing, unique feature, though. I know it's all those skills, Shade, but if you're playing as Regalia as your main implement, you're going to dump all of your skill bonuses into Deception, Diplomacy, and Intimidation, so you're not going to have that much training in other skills. Level 7 would be nuts. Level 7 would be too strong, but level 17 is too late. It's tough. It feels like a level 11 feature, which would be awesome. It's very much like Deny Advantage, but cool. But level 17 is just so late, you're never going to see that. If one of your allies is clumsy and feeble to frighten, so you're going to stupefy the status penalty in your attack takes is 1 look. That Paragon is insane. That's so good. It sucks, though, because it feels like Regalia doesn't really get to feel impactful until 17. Passively, it's great, you know? It feels fine to be able to follow the expert and have people appreciate the bonus you're giving them and whatnot. But you don't feel like a heavy impact until 7, at least not in combat. It is a role play implement until level 17, except for the frightened resistance. And that doesn't feel great. If you're using dual class variant rule, what class would you take with it? With Regalia? Dual class with Regalia. That's a tough one. Maybe Rogue? Rogue Regalia. Actually, yeah, it would absolutely be Rogue. Oh my god, wait, dual class Rogue Regalia is broken. Rogue Regalia Thaumaturge is insane. Because all you would need to do as a Rogue Regalia Thaumaturge is get expert in every skill. Again, it's not till 17 you pop off, but if you have expert in every skill in the game, you can suddenly give all your trained friends +4. That's awesome. But comes on so late. Yeah. Martial archetype 2? Yeah. Martial's pretty good. How high can we get with the Thaumaturge archetype? I don't know. I don't think I'll get to it today because I don't even think we're going to get to the feats today, unfortunately. I'll probably do a video on the feats, honestly. I might do a full deep dive video on this since I have the permission to. But for the stream, we'll just get through the class features because there's still like 5 more implements to go. Tome. While holding it, you get +1 to all skill checks to recall knowledge. So keep in mind, this does affect your esoteric lore if you're using it to recall knowledge, but remember that exploit weakness, or exploit vulnerability, is not recall knowledge. What about making the character call? I thought this would go so much faster. I did not expect a 1-hour mummy diversion. I did not expect to just be so into how deep this goes, but there's no way we have enough time to do that. It's nearly 11 p.m. Yeah, and especially for Europe. Like, Europe, anyone across the sea on the Eastern Hemisphere, it is getting late. Yo, peace out, Danielle. Thanks for hanging out. You make a tome into a spell book? That'd be cool for dual class. Like a wizard tome Thaumaturge would be awesome. What increases esoteric lore? Automatically. Esoteric automatically goes up at 3, 7, and 15 to expert, master, legendary. Super cool. Someone mentioned mummy. I do always expect it to go faster. Yeah, I never expect it to take this long. I just like talking to y'all. Video about skeleton Thaumaturge. Why skeleton specifically? During your daily preparation, you get trained proficiency in 2 skills of your choice. Interesting. You retain the benefit as long as the tome is on your person. See, my issue here... My issue with tome is you already get so many skills as a Thaumaturge. Thaumaturge gets 7+ intelligence modifier skills, counting the Arcana, Occultism, Religion, Divine nature. That this is almost overkill. Like 7 skills plus intelligence mod plus background plus maybe ancestry. You really don't need 2 more trained proficiencies from this. You could if you just want to be a total skill monkey. I guess there's lore. That lore's pretty good, yeah. I hadn't considered lore. If you're going to be going on a boat and you're level 5, you just get expert in boating lore. That's fair. I guess, yeah. No, alright, y'all make a good point. Changeable lore is good. I like that a lot. That's huge. Nonat gets to do what he wants with the Thaumaturge class and archetype until July 11th. Awesome. Thank you, Paizo. Adept Benefit at level 7. While holding your tome, attempt to check to recall knowledge about a creature of your choice. If it succeeds, you get +1 to your next attack roll. When you gain temporary skill proficiencies during your daily preparations, one is at expert, one is at master. 9th level master. Okay, wow, that's huge. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Tome gets insane. Wow. Level 9, you just get 6 free skill increases, and they change per day. Wow. Okay, yeah, once you get Adept, Tome pops off. That's wild. That's actually wild. Because completely separate from your 7 plus int mod plus background plus ancestry, you can just get 2 master proficiency lores. Like, even beyond the 15 base skills, you can get +6 to any 2 lore skills every day. Yeah. Oh, we're going to be on a pirate ship today? Guess I'm a master in sailing lore. Wow. And then if you intensify, roll a d20 and set it aside. Okay, it's almost like a super cool version of Devise a Stratagem. Cool. And it's optional. Unlike Devise a Stratagem, this is optional. You roll a d20. If you like it, use that for your attack roll. You don't like it, roll again. This basically is one action, gain advantage on your next attack roll. Big. Paragon. I'll try to stop in on No Direction to stream it tonight. That sounds awesome. While holding your tome, you can always roll a skill check. You just can. Okay, that's not bad. Honestly, especially for Thaumaturge, I would argue initiative is one of the most important roles for a Thaumaturge.
Cool.
Modern tome is literally WikiHow.
That's the thing. In modern day, everyone's a tome Thaumaturge with their phones. But no, this isn't bad. Because as a Thaumaturge, you want to go as early in initiative as possible because you need to exploit vulnerability before you can intensify it. So getting to roll legendary esoteric lore with a +3, that's insane. That's another level and a half of proficiency over legendary. This seems very strong. I disagree. It's very consistent. It's not very strong. They're limited to one-handed weapons. They need to constantly be manipulating and interacting to swap between their implements and esoteric, whatever it's called. They're very balanced. They're very good at what they do. They will never critically hit for 80 damage or more, whatever, but they will consistently hit for 30. It's great. Oh, there's more. The initiative benefits circumstance bonus to recall knowledge from holding your tome is increased from +1 to +2. Wow. Wow, so they get a +5. So not only do they get to roll initiative with their legendary esoteric lore, but they get a +5 on top of that. Woo! Thaumaturge are going first. When you succeed with the recall knowledge check granted by the tome's Adept Benefit, the bonus applies to all attack rolls you make before the start of your next turn, not just your next one. Cool. Lastly, when you gain the temporary skill, both are legendary! I was thinking, okay, this is balanced because they stop at Master. Nope! They're both legendary! You've never touched a boat before? Have a good night's sleep. Wake up, legendary sailing lore, legendary ocean lore. All hail the book. They tome Thaumaturge at high levels might beat out Rogue. Doesn't specify that it's your attack, does it? Yo, abandonment issues, you're right. At any time until the start of your next turn, you can use the d20 result you set aside for an attack roll, not one of your attack rolls. If you roll a 16 and you know you're gonna normal hit, but your fighter's gonna crit, you save that d20 for the fighter. Tome is nuts! Like, it takes a little bit to get going. I will say, before level 7, Tome is okay. It's like 2 or 3 extra skill increases. But level 7 onward? Whoo! Whoo! That's cool. Okay. Yo, Rogue, take this nat 20. Have fun. Oh, on like sneak attack? Oh, you know your Rogue is gonna get a full power sneak attack and you roll a 20?
Yo, Rogue, take this nat 20. Have fun.
That is so nasty. Tome is so good. Alright, Wand. I've heard a lot of people very upset at Wand in the playtest. I'm really excited because Wand might be what I take on my Thaumaturge. Initiate benefit. When you gain this implement, choose cold, electric, or fire, and gain the fling magic activity. For 2 actions, you okay, so people are still gonna hate it. You basically make a 60-foot ranged attack, but it's a saving throw against your class DC. And it's a reflex save, which a lot of things are really good at. Deals 1d4 plus charisma. Now, what's great about this is it's a cantrip. It doesn't cost any resources. And you can deal d6s instead of d4s if you want to take a recharge, which is cool. It's fine. Like, it's not super powerful. It's just damage. It's just elemental damage. It is infinite non-resource elemental damage on a basic reflex save. In some ways, a basic reflex save is better than an attack roll. People underestimate this a lot, and it leads a lot to the argument that spellcasters suck in Pathfinder 2e. But keep in mind, a failed reflex save is still dealing half damage. If 1d4 plus your charisma modifier is like 6 on average, you're still dealing 3 damage on a miss. It's not nothing. Whereas if you miss an attack roll, it's just nothing. It's just done. Now, your class DC... Well, actually, no, on Thaumaturge, this is actually even better. So remember, your class DC is based on charisma. And your charisma is your key ability score. Whereas your strength and dex are going to be max of 16 at level 1. So this is actually way better on a Thaumaturge than something like a fighter or a ranger. That's it, too. You can also use Fling Magic and make a melee attack. Keep that in mind. Fling Magic does not give multiple attack penalty. Lets you dump strength. You can keep like a nice little dex weapon offhand. Really good. At Adept, it increases to 120 feet. You can choose a second element, and it gains an additional effect. If it's cold and they fail, they take a 10-foot speed penalty. Electricity is just inflicts flat-footed. Oh, until the end of your next turn. Huge. Fire, if they normal fail, they take 1d10 persistent fire. 1d10 persistent fire damage on a normal fail? That's huge. If something is weak to fire, wow. That's incredible. Oh, I figured it out. You know why this is an attack roll? People were really hoping this was an attack roll. You know why it's not? Because then it would work with exploit weakness. And even if they weren't weak to an element, you could still give them personal antithesis. And because if this was an attack roll, they would be weak against your strikes. Yeah, fire's insane. Fire's so good. If you intensify, you deal 1 plus number of damage die. It's fine. You're spending 1 action to gain like 3 extra damage. Oh, actually, no, it goes up every 2 levels. So if you're level 9, you're dealing 5d4. That's 6 extra damage. That's nothing to write home about, but still cool. You can totally play Harry Potter. If you want to play like a generic wand slinger, this is your best idea. You will not get a wand slinger out of wizards in Pathfinder 2e. Wizards are very much spell focused, whereas like I love the concept of just flinging chunks of elemental magic with a wand. I adore that. Paragon, 180-foot range. You can use all 3 elements, and you can target all areas, creatures in a 20-foot burst. At level 17, that's what? 9d4 plus 5? Maybe plus 6 at that point? Let's say plus 5. 9d4 plus 5 plus 10? 9d4 plus 15 in a 20-foot burst for no resource? That's pretty good. Especially if you know a weakness. You use exploit weakness, you find out they're weak to fire, you fling a 20-foot burst of 9d4 plus 15 fire damage in a burst? That's huge. Congratulations, your wand is now a grenade launcher. Exactly. Yeah, Thaumaturge is going to be insane dual class. Thaumaturge Fighter is going to be broken. What do we got left? We have Weapon, and that's it. Okay, all right. My voice is killing me. We're almost done. Let's do Weapon, and we'll call it a night. Weapon Implement. At 5th level? Oh, okay, so these are separate. At level 1, you gain Implement's Interruption. As a reaction, attack of opportunity. Yeah. That just gives you attack of opportunity at level 1. Which, to be fair, aside from Fighter, this is the only way to get level 1 attack of opportunity. Everyone else has to wait till level 6. So keep that in mind. That's big. That's actually way bigger than it sounds, because attack of opportunity is huge. Now, you do need to have targeted them with exploit. Hold on, there's some very specific text here. If you are holding your weapon implement and are benefiting from exploit vulnerability, No, Ezekiel, it's not one target. It's not the target of exploit vulnerability. It's if you're benefiting from exploit vulnerability. If you're fighting 6 trolls, and they're all the same type of troll, and you exploit weakness on one of them, you know all of their weakness. You are benefiting on all of... Oh, wait, it is target.
That's so
Oh, man, wait, why would they move? Why would they change the
Your
wording?
wand can be empowered to D6s, my dude.
That's true, it can't be just something like 96. Wait, why would the requirements say benefiting, but the trigger is target? Oh, come on! Why would they change the word? That read as so intentional. Like it's me being bad on not realizing it. And yeah, the 10-foot range is cool. But like concentrate? Okay. Yeah, concentrate's big. Because you won't get 6 attack of opportunity? No, but you would have 6 options for attack of opportunity. Leaves a square during a move action, not takes a move. That's normal. That's normal who's weaving. It's the trigger for any of them has never been uses a move action. No, some of them are. But this means that you can't. Oh no. Okay, I'm tired and dumb. But no, the concentrate's that's good. Concentrate is somatic components, right? Yeah, the concentrate is big. Yo, what's up, Bad Luck Gamer? Good to see you. Yeah, that's unfortunate that it's only the target. The requirements don't say target, but the trigger does. That's weird writing. But yeah, somatic components has concentrate, I think. So that's big. If they rush up to you, they take a move action into your reach. Yes, but the only way it triggers is if they run into melee with you, if they run into reach of you, and then move another square. Concentrate is verbal. Okay. Yo, what's up, Michael? Yeah, so if they run up to you and stop entering a square of your reach, it does not trigger. But if they enter a square of your reach and then move again, that's when it triggers. Yeah, the ranged weapon's cool. Being able to use it with like a short bow is awesome. But the problem is you won't really want to. It'll work really well with like a repeating pistol. Like an air repeater. Air repeater thaumaturge with this could be cool. Paizo's probably gonna rot at that. Yeah, it's weirdly worded. I feel like it's just say you're holding your weapon implement and the target of your exploit vulnerability is within reach. That'd probably be better. Range attacks don't trigger attacks of opportunity in 2E anyway. They do if it states so. Like this one and the champion Paladin also does as well. 10 feet if you're wielding a ranged weapon. It has to specifically state that it works with a ranged weapon. Otherwise, by default, it does not. What if you have a gun? Gun's a ranged weapon. You can shoot. At 5th level, when you gain Thaumaturgic weapon expertise, you get weapon critical specialization. Fine. Level 7. Okay. Level 7 on any other class would be garbage. On this one, it's good. If you use your attack of opportunity here, and you miss, you still deal 1 damage. And because that damage is coming from your strike, it triggers personal antithesis. So if, again, at level 7, you're giving them, like, weakness 6, I think? So, that's 7 damage on a miss. Just feeding even more into the fact that the Thaumaturge is, like, the most consistent class in the game. Big. Vulnerability gives them +2 bonus to attack. Thaumaturge is going to be more accurate than a ranger. It's going to be more accurate than a ranger, going to be more, or at least a weapon Thaumaturge specifically. It's not going to be quite as good as a fighter. Depending on the level. If you're like level 5, you'll be as accurate as a fighter. But that's because level 5 ability boost will get Thaumaturge strength up to 18, fighter will be at 19, so they'll have the same bonus. But it's only against your target. It's good. It's great. Like it puts you above other Thaumaturges as a martial class. And remember, big thing to remember here, you don't need to take Adept Benefit to get Intensify Vulnerability. If you just take Weapon Implement and never improve it, you still get this. I'm almost concerned that this is the best option for Thaumaturge. Like, one of your 3 implements should be Intensify for weapon. Because A, you're always going to be holding your weapon. and B, it's so good. In a combat-focused campaign, this feels like a must-take. If you're like, it's still an action per turn, true. Yeah, it is still an action to get it. I guess it's similar to like a 2-action, like precise shot, but it is really good. Yeah, this is the only type of opportunity that interrupts all actions. Oh, did it interrupt all actions? I missed that part. Thank you, Evil's Bane.
Interrupts all of the actions, not just manipulate.
If your attack is a critical hit, you disrupt the triggering action. That's actually, yeah, that's huge. That's amazing. And exploit vulnerability. Did that work until the beginning of your next turn or the end of your current turn? Because that's going to change a lot for the weapon, how good it is. Beginning of your next turn. So intensify vulnerability, giving you that +2. That works on your target. So for your weapon implement, you get +2 on your attack roll here, which means you're in crit zone. If you crit with that, that's huge. That's really huge. Alright, let's finish this off so I can go get my voice a rest. You now just... manipulate, move, concentrate. Oh, that Balrog started casting Fireball? No, he didn't. Oh, the Tarask tried to walk away? No, he didn't. Oh, they went reaching for a health potion? No, they didn't. Oh, did I say Balrog instead of Balor? Oh my goodness. Oh, whip meta? Oh, Lavix on a whip? Ooh. Fighters get something similar at 10th level? Not to that. Fighters interrupt, monks stand still, which I believe interrupts movement on a hit. I could be wrong, though. It might still just be a critical hit. Monks at level 4. No, even that's just a critical hit. Ooh. Oh, that's so big. Again, level 17. It's endgame. That dual class fighter. Yeah, once again, fighter dual class is just the strongest option. Because you can now fighter dual class weapon Thaumaturge, get +2 status bonus on top of your fighter proficiency, and disrupt on a hit. Gnome dual class fighter Thaumaturge might be one of the strongest characters in the game. Can we take a look at the Capstone Feats? All right, yeah. Yeah, we'll go 5 more minutes. Let's jump to level 20. Let's see what this... Oh, no, that's... I'm breaking the rules. Real quick run through of the archetype while I'm thinking about it. Dedication gives you glimpse vulnerability. Just weakness 2. Okay, cool. Inflicts weakness 2 to your attacks. I like that a lot. You get an implement, but you don't gain any benefits.
Cool.
Can we get a quick scroll through the feats? Don't even have to comment, but we could pause the VOD to read through on our own.
I almost feel like that's going against what Paizo wants from this K, if that makes sense. Like, Paizo wants the marketing of the book, but they don't necessarily want people to be able to just pause and read the entire thing. That's why they've specifically asked me not to flip through the rest of the book, because they don't want people to be able to pause, screen cap, and get the whole book for free. But this is still really good. It's still only against one creature, but being able to inflict weakness 2, that's pretty fun. I like that. Basic Thaumaturgy, Advanced Thaumaturgy, Implement Initiate. Level 6, you get a level 1 feat. Perfect. Magical Knowledge, you get proficiency in Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion, either from Expert to Master, or Trained to Expert. Or is it 2? From Expert to Master, and then another one from Trained to Expert. So that's pretty good. That is 2 skill increases on 1 feat. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing a deep dive soon. Don't worry. Probably like within the next week. Either this week or next week. Resolute. Huh. Are there other multi-class archetypes that increase your saving throw? What's the casting stat? They're not a spellcaster, Radio Whales. Thaumaturge is not a spellcaster. They're a martial class. Are there any other archetypes that increase your saving throw proficiency, because that's pretty cool. I don't know how great it is. I feel like most... I mean, it'd be useful on like a fighter. There definitely are. I don't think so. Yes, plenty. Rogue does reflex? Okay. Psychic. That's breaking the rules. Alright, let's check out level 20 feats for Thaumaturge, and then I'm gonna go drink some honey. You've nurtured your bonds with your comrades, allowing you to share the benefits of your Esoterica. When you use Exploit Vulnerability and choose Mortal Weakness, select any number of allies. Their strikes apply the weakness from Mortal Weakness the same way you do. Gross. That's so good. Oh my word. So something at level 20 has like weakness 30 fire, and none of you deal fire damage. You just say, hey, everybody deals fire bonus damage now. Great. Like, not even fire bonus damage, just triggers that weakness on every single attack. That's awesome. Unlimited... Demesna? No, ad. Stop it. Stop it, ad. I just want to hear how to pronounce Demesna. Demesne? Demens? Domain? I just got 3 different pronunciations. Domain? I think I believe domain. You gonna say it?
We are looking at how to pronounce this word in English, designating all the land retained and managed by a lord of the manor
okay, come on.
under the feudal system. How do you go about pronouncing it? Domain.
Okay, domain. It is domain. I don't know why he took 20 seconds to get to it, but it's domain. Unlimited domain. Oh, okay. This one expands upon another feat. So I'll get that in the deep dive. You just own 10,000 square feet, which is a resplendent mansion. You just own land. And you can teleport the land you own to you. That 10,000 square feet. That's amazing. Yeah, it's probably just another language origin of domain. Domain versus domain. And Wonder Worker. You need to be legendary in one of the knowledge skills. Once per day, you can align your Esoterica to cast a spell of 8th level or lower for 1, 2, or 3 actions. The spell must be common or one which you have access. You can choose a spell of any tradition which you're legendary in. Use your class DC instead of spell DC. That's crazy. Like, you can plane shift with this once per day. Once per day plane shift. Once per day getting an 8th level spell, especially if you're legendary in more than one of these. This is a martial class that can cast an 8th level or lower spell from potentially 2 or 3 spell lists. Huge. I don't know. Wish is 9th level. Wish might be 10th level. Wonder Worker is basically one. Is Wish 8th level? Wish is not 8th level. No way. Pretty sure Wish is 10th level. Yeah, Wish is 10th level. This is 8th level or lower. Yeah. No, this ain't free Wish. Don't worry. This is not free Wish. Why did they make the class Charisma built instead of Intelligence? I think Intelligence would have felt too much like an investigator. So I think it's more mechanical than anything. It is definitely still very knowledge-focused. And I think mechanically, Charisma just made more sense. Wish lets you cast 8th level spells or lower. Oh, so this is Wish as a feat. That's cool. I like that a lot. That's fair too. Yeah, it's not book knowledge, it's forbidden knowledge. There's a lot of arguments to it. But, that's a good one, Damatesti, because like, Charisma is for using magical items, or like the trick magic item feat. Alright, I gotta call it. My voice is killing me. I did not expect it to hit this bad. But thank you all so much for coming out. How many of you stuck it through to the end? 360 of you? My word. Thank you all so much. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to everyone who just hung out. This was so much fun. Y'all are incredible. I can only say thank you so much. I don't know how to end streams, so I'm just gonna do this.